All right, and welcome to Everyone's a Critic. I'm your host, Johnny Gill, with my co-host, Sean Ellis. Sean, say what's up to the people.
What's up, everybody?
All right, episode 255. We're at another part of the episode where we're back in the weight room, 255. Man, let me see, when the last time I hit 255? It's been a while.
No.
I think you spotted me the last time I hit it.
Yeah, it takes a little time. You're getting there, man.
I'm trying to get back there, y'all. I mean, because I fell off. Let's just put it like that. I fell off, but I'm gonna get there eventually.
Springtime's coming.
All right, so we're gonna recap week 4. We had 4 good games tonight.
Yeah.
Well, we had 4 games tonight. I'm not gonna say we had 4 good games. We had 4 games tonight. First game we had was a straight ball in hip hop and roll. Straight baller was able to get the win, 81-71, and a comeback victory. We had Light Work versus Mo and Friends, 99-61. Chosen Bullets over the Wolves, 91-67, and then Hoop Dreams over the Free Agents, 74-67. Big smile on my face right here. Yes, we're now 2-1.
Wow.
Now for our 3 in the key segment. Yeah, Sean, let me tell y'all something. We were having a post-game interview, and Sean was saying that, he was talking about different teams, and he was saying, yeah, that team probably going to win about 4 or 5 games. And I was thinking, like, 4 or 5 games. So you're saying we're not going to win no games. That's what it sounded like you were saying. So for now, we're sitting at 2-1. Sean has to eat crow for now. So I'm going to enjoy this 2-game winning streak for as long as it lasts. We got a tough game this week, so I don't know about that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Very tough.
Now for our 3 in the key segment, we're going to highlight our most impactful games. For one, I have to give a shout out to Straight Ballin'. Straight Ballin', they looked amazing once again tonight, improving to 2-2. Straight Ballin' found themselves down by as many as 12, 13 points, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
They fought back. I think they cut the lead to 6 or 7 points at halftime. Tied at the end of the third quarter, 52 all, and then the fourth quarter, they absolutely dominated one on the offensive onslaught.
Wow.
And really just took over the game. I was just impressed with them, and I talked about this with Mike with the post-game interview. What was the most impressive thing? Was it more about what Straight Baller was doing, or was it more about what hip hop and roll was doing?
Yeah.
And from his vantage point, he said it was a little bit of both.
Right.
He thought the energy, the intensity picked up, and I think it started with AD. I think AD, he really took over in the fourth quarter. He had a slow start. I think he missed his first 5 shots, settling for jump shots. But he said it was because of the coverage they were giving him. But then he started to get downhill, started to get some and-1, started to run the floor. The jumper started going. He had a big 3 late in the game. And then they just took off, man. It was a collective effort. Jeff played well. Jeff was steady the whole game. Mike started hitting shots. Jarvis started hitting shots. Jarvis started getting favorable matchups. And they just looked like a complete team. Chris really methodically, kind of orchestrated the run at the end. And then, I mean, it was just a little in the room for him. They just really couldn't get anything going outside of Light Work. He had it going, but no one else.
Yeah. And Lightfoot.
Lightfoot, I'm sorry, I thought Light Work.
But I mean, it's like everything.
Yeah.
But it's an impressive win because of the comeback. I saw that they were down 12 early, and so at that point, I'm like, straight balling is they just can't get over the hump. Mm-hmm. And Hip Hop Roll did this last season with Light Work. I think them allowing Light Work to come back against them and win a game, it set Light Work up for an incredible run that they're still on.
Yeah.
It kind of gave them their confidence when I think they didn't quite know who they were. And they proved something to themselves by beating Hip Hop and Roll.
Think this could be a similar situation?
And this could possibly be a similar situation. Because I feel like Straight Ball's kind of been struggling. Mm-hmm. And then now, I think with a win like this against a quality team, a good team, it's a real strong possibility that, I could see something similar happening to what do they call it, like a stepping stone game, and in boxing, you hate being that guy. Yeah. When you used to be a good fighter or a great fighter, and now you're like a stepping stone for a young guy that's coming up.
Kind of like Gamboa and Terrence Crawford.
Yeah, exactly. You don't want to find yourself in that place. I mean, I guess you still get paid, but you're no longer considered a real championship contender. And I don't want to say this is what happened to the Hip Hop Roll, but you're starting like a stepping stone team where teams who are real contenders end up beating you to get to that next level while you kind of fall in the middle of the pack. So listen, I hope that's happening with the hip hop and roll, but I just feel like a similar situation happened last season. We'll see what happens with straight balling, but really nice win because I didn't know. I feel like they were having an empty season early on, and now
kind of inconsistent.
Yeah, and now they kind of look like, oh, this may be the spark. So we'll see.
Okay, so for you, Sean, you said chosen bullets. Why were they your 3 and key?
Man, they.
I mean, they're 3-1 now.
They're 3-1. The team they lost to is the defending champs, and they've had some additions, man, over the last 3 weeks, man, that just makes it very difficult for me to be like they are a legit team. They've it's not even the fact that they've won the last couple of weeks. They destroyed the last 2 teams they played.
Yeah.
These are quality teams, I feel like, and they went out there today and beat a quality. And the Wolves come off a good win last week. Now the Wolves didn't have faith, which is a big guy not to have.
It's like 25 points.
Yeah. So does he make up what they were missing today? I'm not sure, but it's definitely a more competitive game. And the Wolves, to the Wolves' credit, I do think they were competitive, but every time they made a run, got it down to 8, got it down to 9, total Bulls go on a 9-0, 10-0 run. Take it right back up to 18, 19 points. So it's just, they're just good. And, here's the thing why they're good. They shoot well. They pass well. They create well. And now, the thing they've been missing for the last 3 seasons, they have size.
Yeah, they've been lacking that for some time.
And with them having size now, with athletic ability, they're tough, man. They're going to be tough. And they don't just have size. They have size that can play. They have guys who you can say, oh, he's a 5. But no, he's really like a 3 or 4.
Yeah.
And so they don't just have size. They have size that can do stuff. They have ball skills that can score on the inside and score on the outside and create for other guys. So they're going to be a tough out, man. They look real good today. And, for the first time in a long time, Larry, I've given the Bullets a hard time for a very, very long time. But
much too.
Yeah, much killed y'all when they won their championship.
For no reason.
For no reason, he said. I guess we're not the Bullets now. I can't say they're in that territory. And, Sweat and Larry, y'all kind of broke away from each other. Y'all come back together this season.
It's only right.
And it's starting to look on the up and up. So, man, shout out to them, man. And they, like I said, I'll get to some of the guys they've added. But shout out to you guys. You're really getting done.
Okay. Now for our In Their Bag segment, I'm going to highlight 2 players that really stood out for us tonight. I got to give a shout out to my teammate, Joe Weller with Big Joe. He's having a solid season right now. I know it's a small sample size through 3 games, but I believe he's had a double-double in just about every game. Tonight was the latest. He dominated again. He's had favorable matchups in these first 3 games. Even the game when we got blown out, he was still killing.
Yeah.
So Joe's having a great season. Shout out to Joe. Probably another 2010 game. He'll probably be a candidate for Player of the Week once again. And I'm not sure who won Player of the Week yet. We didn't check yet.
Yeah.
But I could see. I wouldn't be surprised if he won last week.
Yeah. Shout out to Joe. I think Joe is having a solid season. He's doing some good stuff.
He's finally healthy.
Yeah, and that's part of it. He's finally healthy. He actually was coming off an injury from about 6 months ago, from the summer.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really good to kind of see him back healthy. I'm gonna go with our newcomers though, Demarius Williams. DeMar, what is it? Let me make sure I tell you. Darius.
Yeah.
I said Demarius.
I'll say
it.
Football player.
Yeah, right. It does. Darius Williams. Man, what a showing, and we'll show some of his highlights too. You're probably showing them right now.
Yeah.
But man, he had 2 nasty dunks.
Okay, so I don't mean to cut you off. I was listening on the other side. All I heard, I was like, damn, who's that over there dunking like that? About to tear the rim down. So that was him.
Yeah, that was him.
Okay.
I actually marked him too.
Yeah.
So it'll be easy for you to find. But yeah, he had 2 nasty dunks, man. He was finished around the rim. And like I said, he kind of goes with him. I'm gonna say it's him and JP. If you don't know what JP is, J Polk. They can score around the rim, but they have some ability to score on the outside. But he just really made his presence felt today. He missed one early. He missed layup early.
JP's had a good last couple seasons.
Yeah.
He's been shooting the ball well.
And but Darius Williams, man, he just made his presence felt. A new guy coming in who could possibly be a candidate again for this newcomer. Newcomer gonna be tough this season. So we got some guys, man, that's really showing up and showing out. And so like I said, he was creating for the guys.
Yeah.
He was rebounding. He was dunking. And like I say, I'm pretty sure he's gonna be a candidate for Player of the Week going into next week. So again, shout out to him. He really making his presence felt. And like I said, my guy JP, again, very solid game today. So
all right, now for the moment y'all been waiting for, our sorry not sorry segment. You know, I always go first, so I have to be the bearer of bad news. So our sorry for our sorry not sorry segment, it has to be Mo and Friends. Mo and Friends, I know they came in week 2. They've been kind of playing catch up. A lot of teams have had bye to this point, but they just haven't looked good, man. At the first week, I think they lost by 8, and they were down big, so they kind of fought back. Yeah. Then the following week, a whatever game, we'll call it that, a whatever game, and then tonight they show up and it wasn't much. Could have been looked similar, really. Honestly, last week looked better than this week.
And think about it, like, so, and you probably didn't see it because you were playing.
Yeah.
So they actually were, they got down like by 12, 13 points early. Mm-hmm. Well, they started off good. They started off like 10-2 or something. Okay. Then got down. Was up. I think they were up.
Yeah.
Then I saw they was down 12. Mm-hmm. Then I saw they was down 3. So I'm like, oh, they take care of business. Yeah. So I went over there. I was like, okay, they're doing the hell of their own. You know, they're holding their own. And then I went back over there and started watching you guys' game, and I started helping Verge with the clock.
We just saw that score change.
And then I looked up, and I was like, how you go from down? So this is like mid-second quarter, they're down 3-4 points. Mm. And I'm just like, yo, they give the light work all they can handle right now. Yeah. And then all of a sudden, I look up, and they're down 30. And it's like mid-third quarter. I was like, how? Yeah. You know, how did that happen so fast?
And they lost by 38.
Yeah.
So it really was probably down 40 at one point. For sure. We probably just didn't see it.
Yeah. And so the thing about it, when you watch, they actually play a pretty decent brand of basketball.
They got some guys that can play.
Yeah.
It's surprising.
But the problem they've had so far is they just haven't been able to sustain that for a substantial amount of time. It's like
and they schedule.
Yeah, they had a tough schedule, man. They played some really good teams to start off. They need a game against,
could have said last week.
Well, yeah. I mean, should have been y'all, but
they was gonna take that down anyway. But go ahead.
So, you sure?
I'm sure.
And so, and they took it. So, yeah. But no, they've had some opportunities to, they'll have some opportunities to play, where we can have a better idea of what they really are. It's still early in the season for them, and it's their first season here. So I think they'll be better going forward. But as of right now, they will kind of be on your list for, I hate to call it, I hate to say it, you need to say it.
Sorry.
But I think
I'm sorry for saying that.
Yeah.
I always have to apologize afterwards. Okay, who's not sorry for this week?
It's going to be straight balling, man. Mm-hmm. I won't say they've turned the corner, but this was really impressive today because, they were playing against a team that last week I kind of said was composed. I felt like they put the right mix of talent, player, skill set, vibes were good, and straight balling was on the opposite end of that, I felt like. Yeah. And they came in today, 2 teams headed in 2 different directions, came in the middle, and they kind of knocked them over. They were down early, and when I saw them down early, I was like, okay, well, if I'm about to run with this. I just felt like the vibes were too good. Just a good team, quality team, cohesion's there. Straight ball doesn't have that right now. And like I said, the longer that game went, it seemed like by the time the fourth quarter came around, after that third quarter, when like you said, the games were tied, I think the fourth quarter came around, Hip Hop Roll made it tighten up. Because again, this is kind of the first time in a while they've been in this situation. And straight balling, kind of went through. Like it was like it's our time. It's our time to stand up, and they did. They took it. They took the challenge of knowing they were playing a very good team. And let's keep it frank here. Let's stay honest here. I think that on the inside there was a little bit of. You do realize they have 4 players or 3 players that played on Hip Hop Roll last season.
Yeah, you got AD, you got Mike and Jarvis. So
and
they all had big moments in this game.
Yes, and they were big players on that team.
Yeah,
and so
they all took their talents elsewhere.
Hell, Mike even got kicked off.
Yeah,
for all we know.
And looking back on it, I mean, Mike's role kind of shrunk. AD's role kind of shrunk. Jarvis's responsibilities kind of shrunk as well. All 3 of them.
And so they are on a new team now. So
they might have had this game circled.
To think that there wasn't a little extra motivation to go out there and prove themselves. And granted, look, these guys all have good basketball resumes. But you don't think that, guys don't salivate over opportunities to kind of show people who they are.
Yeah.
And I think this is an opportunity for them to do that. And I think in that fourth quarter we saw that. They're definitely a good game. And like I said, maybe Hip Hop Roll is a stepping stone for them to something bigger in the future. We'll see. And like I said, Chris did his thing too. Chris kind of get forgotten in all this, but Chris did Chris stuff too. So and not to mention they have Josh now. They have a legit big guy who's athletic and who can and truth be told, he's a champion as well. Yeah. So, my not sorry. I usually don't give them a lot of credit. I do sometimes. It goes straight balling. Now, do you think they're going to go 4-4 this year or 5-3?
The way things are going, it's looking like 4-4.
4-4.
But I mean, I gotta look at the schedule. I can kind of base off. I think they might have a favorable. So they might go 5-3. Let me just say this before we move on to our next topic. Hip Hop and Roll, not Hip Hop and Roll. Sorry, straight balling. I know Mike, AD. And Jarvis, I know exactly how y'all feel because I just take y'all a trip down memory lane real quick. And Mike played. I'm not sure if Mike played in the league when I did. When this season was going on, I used to play with a team called Playmakers. Yeah. And they basically dumped me for a guy. I think his name's Paul Rainey. Now I'm gonna put him on the podcast like that.
Yeah.
Shout out Paul Rainey. Shout out to Paul. But I remember and. He was an older guy, so I'm like younger. Yeah. So he was like an older guy. And they're like, yeah, we're gonna go with the wily old vet, and they kind of like basically kicked me off the team. This is after we won a championship.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so I was just like, I had a big part in that. Like, you know what I'm saying? So they basically kicked me off the team, but it was Terrence Duncan. Shout out to Terrence. Like that. I mean, he's the captain, so I'm gonna assume this was his move. And we had them week 1, the first game. Wow. And I forgot what team I was playing for. But let me just tell you this: Paul Rainey had a tough day that day. I want to say
Wily Ovet
had a tough day that day. I'm telling you right now. I think he had like 9 turnovers. I had about 7 steals, all on him. I might have gave him like 20. So I know how it feels, y'all. Don't listen. This was like when I was, prime me. Yeah. So yeah, I know how it feels to be felt like my role, you basically kicking me out for, right. You feel like this guy's one point, this guy is going to get us there, not you. Right. So I understand.
I'm trying to straight baller, man. AD, Mike, Chris, all you guys, man. Y'all did what you're supposed to do there. And like I said, no, it sounds like we get down on Hip Hop and Bro. No, just come back, take this loss and come back stronger. You guys, not to mess with you, these are the games where you guys have folded and then your season didn't end well after that.
Right. No, don't make excuses, y'all. Y'all are better than that.
Yeah, y'all too good. So let this be some lesson learned and come back next week and be stronger.
It's a long season. Okay, our final topic of the night. We got our trending topic. We got a good one. So there's a lot of ways we could have went. We had a lot of stuff that went on, but this is me and Sean. We kind of look like what's really going on. So the thing that caught our eye for our trending topic, I'm not sure if you guys are familiar. You might be. Some might be living under a rock. I'm not really sure. But there's a guy named Aaron the Plumber.
Yeah.
He's been blowing up on social media. He started off with Pop the Balloon, and he kind of went in on all the young ladies that was on there, saying they wasn't qualified, saying he could pull 100,000 out the bank. So he's currently on a show called Two Ways. It's with Erica Mena. On the Zeus Network, y'all, you gotta pay for that. So I'm not paying for it. I just like to watch the reels. They're funny. And you know, basically, he's on the show. He's looking for love, and man, he's fighting everything but that. He's fighting literally everything but that. I've never seen a guy go on a show looking for love and leave not only with a broken heart, he's leaving with a broken face, broken wrists, broken head, broken everything but love.
Yeah. He's a character, man. Like, so
he can't fight. That's the funny thing. He can't fight.
I'm not gonna say he can't fight.
He can't fight.
He actually looks like he can throw them, but for whatever reason, they don't seem to have the effect that they should on the individuals that he's throwing them at.
Like he's punching with 14-ounce gloves.
Yeah, like that's what it kind of looks like. But the thing about it, he's initiating this action. He's initiating the smoke. Which again, I'm not. I guess I gotten older, so I don't know. I don't feel like I was hot headed. I always feel like I was able to kind of think my way through a lot of situations without reacting first. But he's just about that action.
Yeah.
And it's like immediate. It don't take much.
It's not necessary.
It's very unnecessary in most cases.
I don't get it.
And like I said, you're coming on the show for a woman that you're trying to win her heart, you know, and show how much you have love for her. But you're literally fighting everybody, and I'm not sure how she is. And don't get me wrong, she's a little volatile too. If you know anything about Erica Mena, you know what I'm saying. She's had a couple scraps herself over the years, recently actually.
I've been held a couple of them.
Yeah. So I think she could probably, to an extent, understand his madness and his rage, but I can't see how she could find this attractive at all. Because he's fighting everybody,
and he's losing,
and he's
losing.
I'm saying that I would say he may be like, I put it like this: if he's a fighter, you know, he'll probably have like about 20-some wins, about 12, 14 losses, and about 8 draws. He'll be that guy.
I don't know, man. He might be like that guy I sent you the other day. He was like, was he 0-31?
He was like 0-31.
He might be closer to that.
Like, who's sanctioning that guy? And he's 0-30. Who's still allowing him to fight?
Professional fights.
Yeah. But, yeah, man, like, this guy, but I personally think that he may be he's a little off, you know. Obviously, he's a little emotionally disturbed, obviously. I worked in special ed for it.
What gave you that impression? was it the 7 fights in 7 days, or was it the TED talk that he gives us afterwards?
Oh God! Well, that's the worst part of it is usually the TED talk. He's usually going on these emotional outbursts after the fights where he starts crying. People usually do that. There's usually something wrong with them. Yeah. You know, I don't have an emotional outburst. I don't fight anybody and immediately bust out crying. You know, and then he's usually telling this thing about people like that too. People who usually have like kind of emotional problems too. They tell the truth. It's not necessarily factual truth a lot of time, but it's their truth. Yeah. So he's telling you how he really feels. Man, my pride is hurt. I can't believe this dude beat me up like that. I gotta get my kids back. You know what I'm saying? My pride would be hurt to the point where I could never say anything like that personally.
Right. I'm not saying that out loud.
Yeah, I'm not saying that out loud. No, he's letting it be known like my pride is hurt. This dude beat my, you know, this, that, this, whatever.
In front of a woman I'm trying to win.
In front of
Stop forget that.
Which is why I told Kevin this one day. That was one of my biggest phobias ever. I don't have any kids or a wife, guys.
Oh yeah, we talked about that.
Yes, but that's one of my biggest phobias ever is to get beat up by a gentleman who obviously a superior guy than I am in that moment, in front of my wife or in front of my kids.
I've seen both.
I've seen both. That's like a huge phobia of mine to ever get into an altercation with somebody and get. It's one thing to have a fight and maybe the guy get the best of you, but not just get destroyed by another man, you know, in front of your wife or in front of your kids. That's an extreme phobia of mine.
Oh, y'all see that dude get dropped in front of his son and big base? Got dropped. A fight he thought he was gonna win too.
Yeah, that would be absolutely nuts if something like that ever happened. Like I don't know if I can recover myself from something like that.
You just gotta leave. Just go home. You know what I'm saying? Like you on a show like that, the chick you want to win, you done lost in front of her several times.
Yeah.
And I'm talking about these ain't just regular losses, y'all. If y'all look at the clips, this dude face gashed open, hand broken.
I'm telling you, he actually like he could throw, and he actually looks like he's doing a decent job, but for whatever reason, I just don't think his punches hurt for some reason. And he fought a transgender
Got him.
woman, and I actually think he was winning the fight, but then like the transgender is a lot bigger than him, and just overpowered him. You know, it was just a weird situation. Then he fights another gentleman, who I think he says in the porn industry, which is nothing. I want to be beat about porn stars. There's something so sing right about that either.
That's another guy on the list you can't lose to. This dude don't even fight for a living.
And he ends up losing to a guy. And granted, the guy is a little bit bigger than him. But pause. And that could have been crazy.
Then we talking about porn.
But it's like the guy just overpowered him as well. But he overpowered him with his hands though. Yeah, that one was kind of bad. That's the one that he for sure lost.
Then he tried to jump on the two white dudes.
Yeah, then he jumped on two white dudes. He got the better of those guys, but they were looking at him like, "What are you doing?" Like
they didn't even want to fight him.
Yeah,
he's like, "I gotta beat somebody." That don't even count. You know what? Nah, that don't even count, bro.
Yeah, but it is what it is, man.
Yeah. Okay. Episode 255 in the books. We got week 5 coming up. We're past the halfway point. I went over some of my midseason grades with I think it was straight ball, and they all said B's.
Yeah.
I think Mike said C because he felt like they could be better.
Yeah.
No, Mike said a B. Who was that said? I can't remember who it was that said they said C. They thought they could have been a lot better. So should be interesting. We have a change of venue. Do we? Is that confirmed?
So most likely, guys, and I'll be reaching out to you guys. We will probably be at Sienna the next 2 weeks. We're gonna have some construction here in the gym, and so I'll be sending out a new schedule for you probably by Friday. So I mean, it sucks, but actually it's kind of exciting. It's like we're home and away, we're kind of traveling. It's kind of cool. So we'll see how we're gonna make it work though. We're gonna make it work for you guys. Yeah. The experience is not gonna change. We still gonna do it to the best. So
absolutely looking forward to that. So we'll see you guys next week in Sienna, Texas, live via Cypress. I'm Johnny Gill.
Shuan.
Right here.